you are in the market for SUVs, there are a lot of different options available right now in the Philippines. But French automaker Peugeot has an offering in the form of the 2008 or the 2008. But what exactly does it offer in terms of features and more importantly in terms of price? We'll find out. Hey guys, Kevin here. You're with the Modern Creatures and welcome to another video. This is our review of the Peugeot 2008 or the 2008. From the get-go, the 2008 is sure to attract attention with its exterior styling. Even in the dark, once its signature lights turn on, you'll know you're in the presence of a Peugeot vehicle. Seeing it on the road, it has a straight-up commanding presence that's enough to make you take a second look. Our unit came in this fusion orange color, which has an instantly striking appeal, and I must say, it just highlights the entire vehicle positively, but there are also more subtle options like gray, black, and white. Up front and right smack in the middle is the company's emblem with its nice and classy model name just above it. The rest of the front fascia is busy with textured grille, angular lines, and of course, its LED lighting system that looks like a large cat, maybe a lion, has scratched in and revealed light from inside. Not just the front, but the brake lights also follow this design philosophy, but more on its rear in a little while. The sides are also interesting that they have sharp uneven angles that further add excitement to its exterior. You then have your side mirrors in glossy black coating, complete with signal repeaters. Roof rails are also present, and from this angle you'll notice a rising belt line that connects to the rear. You see the same proud lion here at the back together with the company's name. But apart from the edgy taillights, things are sort of tamer back here compared to the front. Still, that doesn't take away from the fact that its exterior is a lot more exciting and aggressive than a lot of its competition. And finally, you get 17-inch alloy wheels that nicely round up the exterior. But really, in terms of design, this vehicle turns heads. It demands attention when it's on the road, when it's passing by. People really check it out, and I get them. Step inside and things are also on the unique side of the spectrum. Kicking things off is Peugeot's iCockpit, which is basically this specifically designed instrument cluster housed in this funky enclosure that looks like it came out of a sci-fi movie set in a galaxy far, far away. But going back, it does make you feel like you have your own little spaceship and you're seated at the helm with its dashboard that somehow surrounds you. And even the way the vehicle starts up and the lights dip all make you feel like you're getting ready for takeoff. The entire iCockpit design to me looks cool, but it kind of makes it hard to see the digital instrumentations, at least from how I'm seated. Its steering wheel has a unique design as well, with the company calling it compact. It has a short diameter and is flat both top and bottom. This should make things easier for the driver to see the instrument cluster, but as I said, maybe not for me. The display does look extra cool though, since it has a 3D effect for certain alerts and information that just elevates the entire sci-fi-ish vibe. And when the sun goes down, the dashboard and side door panels have this streak of light that looks nice and completes the whole cockpit look. As for everything else, the leatherette seats are comfy and have a premium feel to them, while the back seat comes with ample space, but I would think 2 people max would be the most comfortable for the rear passengers. I do like its multi-tier shelf that just pleases the OCD in me, since I have the space to sort out the things that are probably in my pocket. And since you have the iCockpit right here, which kind of shows you a 3D representation of instrumentations, of gauges, of info, it has a lot of room to play with details to make the experience unique for the user. For example, you can change between different settings, presets, or looks. So if you want to have a more driving-centric feel, you can go for that, and it shows more gauges, like, you know, analog gauges that shows you information or details. Or you can go for something like, I don't know, more dials if you're into those, and it will mimic an interface with more dials, as you can see right here. So you have your speedometer on the left and your tachometer on the right. And as I mentioned, it uses this 3D technology, so you kind of have this layered data right in front of you. But since, again, this is the iCockpit, it kind of modifies the way you look at the driver's instrumentations. You now kind of have to look at it over the steering wheel, which could be something different for certain users, because some of us are used to looking at the instrumentation cluster through the steering wheels. So you have this space dedicated solely for the iCockpit. In terms of features, the 2008 comes with a handful up its sleeve. From its 7-inch touch-enabled head unit, you can control a lot of its features and settings like parking sensors, tire pressure alerts, traction control, and more. But the slight problem is that they're all accessible from the head unit, so it could be a challenge to change settings on the fly. I mean, sure, you can do all the tweaks you think you'd need before you begin driving, but there would be instances that you'd want to change a setting while driving, right? Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are also available on board, but I think refinement might be necessary for the entire software, as it could get buggy and doesn't have that organic feel for navigation, if you get what I'm saying. And I feel like the head unit of this vehicle could use more refinement, because it takes so many presses, it takes so many commands just to get your phone to pair with the Bluetooth of this head unit. And it's an easy task. It's supposed to be an easy task, but it takes a few more steps for this head unit to successfully pair with your smartphone. Different drive modes are also available, but the physical placement and design of its switch is not too ergonomic for me, and you still have to glance at it just to make sure you're pressing the right things. The settings are all here. There are no buttons. It's not in the driver's instrumentation right here. They're all adjustable. They're all here in the main head unit. So that's driving function. There's vehicle settings also. Headlight, safety, comfort, guide me home lighting. They're all here. Now, I think this is good. I mean, you can access all the information, all the settings right here. But if you're on the fly trying to change something, I would rather have it at least right on the cockpit, right on the driver's instrumentation right here, because at least there will be like tactile adjustments here. You can all change them from the stocks, and there's like some kind of tactility that you can feel if you're in the middle of driving this vehicle. But if you're all concentrating here, you kind of have to take your eyes off the road and kind of try to aim where you're gonna press next. If you're gonna turn it off or if you're gonna turn it on, you kind of have to aim, and you have to look at this part right here, which diverts your attention. So I would rather have it, I don't know, something that you can control in one of the stalks that you can twist or turn. That's not just for the main driving settings. Even for the controls for its AC, you still have to manage them all on the screen, and I would appreciate if there's like some sort of knobs down here for physical feedback, that you don't have to, you know, take your eyes off the road just to increase the fan level of your AC. Here you have to press like one at a time just to control its fan, just to control where it's gonna come out and all that. Pop the hood and you'll be greeted with its 1.2-liter 3-cylinder PureTech turbo engine. While that may sound a bit underwhelming, try and give me a second to tell you that it outputs a decent 130 horsepower and 230 Newton meters of torque, which doesn't at all feel underwhelming. Power is then transferred to the front wheels using a 6-speed automatic transmission. Okay, now when it comes to driving performance, this thing is really fun to drive. I mean, there's really power, instant power when you step on the accelerator, and you hear that kind of low growl. The engine gives this low growl that you hear when you step on the accelerator, and it just makes driving it much more exciting, much more fun, especially during long open roads. You can really feel the power, it's there, and since the body is not that heavy, it's pretty lightweight. If you want to overtake, for example, you can just simply pounce and overtake and take on speed and all that easily. When it comes to power and, you know, just the simple fun of driving it, it's always an exciting drive with this vehicle. And one more example is its lane keep assist. So it's nice that you have lane keep assist, and what it does is it nudges you back to your lane when you're kind of leaning out of your own lane. So For example, if you're changing lanes and you didn't flick your signal, the system will nudge you back to your lane, but it's supposed to disengage when you turn your signals on. But even if I do that, even if I turn my signals on, it still kind of fights me when I try to change lanes and all that. So again, it kind of takes away from the experience when it comes to just the simple terms of driving. The engine is capable, yes, and its lightweight body further adds to making the experience feel like you're in control of an agile and capable vehicle. Okay, you probably couldn't see me right now, but I just wanna make you hear that roar that I'm talking about, that low grunt roar when you have this Peugeot 2008. So if I step on the gas, just try to listen closely. Other driving features of the vehicle like cruise control is present, but it's tucked away under the steering wheel and there's no visibility from the driver at all, so it's kind of a challenge to access it and more so operate it without first memorizing how to make it work. For safety, it's got a 6-piece airbag system as well as anti-lock brakes with EBD, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and a whole lot more. And meanwhile, for its creature feature, which is something that we recognize in our reviews, we would think its aggressive and stylish exterior is something that stood out to us and really set this vehicle apart from its competition. The Peugeot 2008 is priced at 1,669,000 pesos in the Philippines and boasts a bold exterior, unique interior, and features that come in handy for day-to-day use. It could improve a lot on refining its software since it also plays a big part in a consumer's overall experience with the vehicle. It does have a powerful yet free-spirited approach to its driving performance, which is always a joy to experience, whether for short or long-distance trips. And that's about it for our Peugeot 2008 review. As always, visit our website and follow us on our social media pages for more news, features, and reviews. Once again, that's it for me. I'm Kevin. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.